Ready to get things rocking, the Pro Bowl kicker from the NFC last year, Aldrich Rosas.
And we are underway from AT&T Stadium.
And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The Cowboys take the field, and the man leading them, Dak Prescott, who's been remarkably consistent through his first 3 NFL seasons. 23, 22, and 22 touchdown passes as he put together a 32-16 regular season record in those 3 years at the helm. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Throwing, Prescott. They'll roll him out, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. 2nd down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12. Here's the man who's led the league in rushing twice in 3 seasons, Ezekiel Elliott. Able to shake free for about 7 up to the 35. Well, we see so many good battles in the NFC East, and Cowboys and Giants, they rarely disappoint. They didn't disappoint last year. Cowboys got the better of the Giants both times. Week 2, 20-13, and then in Week 17, a thriller, 36-35. That was a game where Dak Prescott threw 4 touchdown passes. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
They'll be hard-pressed to match that one. That a 65-yard punt. And the Giants' drive will start from deep in their territory with a 1st and 10. Here's the former number 2 pick, the Pro Bowler Saquon Barkley. And he'll get this up past the 5 to the 7-yard line. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4. On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And he'll get it up to the 12-yard line here. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
Come on, set. 8, read. You draw Porter.
Manning now on 1st down, escaping the pressure right. The tight end Rhett Ellison with it. And he almost gets this to the 30, taken down about a yard shy. 17 yards and a Giant 1st down.
60 Pittsburgh.
A 1st down carry for Barkley. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the...
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Defensive end DeMarcus Lawrence applied the heat.
Enough takes to start to have a good drive, quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And Old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
And 3rd down is a key down in any game you play. And 3rd down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
Now Austin. It's a 42-yard punt, but 8 on the return. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. And out now come the Cowboys. And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
On 2nd down now, it's Elliott, and he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
Go! 58, right over there, right over there. Yeah, Mike, 58, right there.
Off play action to Elliott. Here's Prescott. He'll let this go for the end zone. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. The offensive starters now for the Cowboys.
And last night we were discussing some of the changes they've made offensively during the offseason, and we know it helps for them to have the first game at home. Hopefully this crowd, which we saw coming in, they've been here for a while, ready to go. You and I should have joined the tailgates, that's for sure. They're going to give them plenty of encouragement. They'll try and ride that wave and get their first victory of the year.
And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
I think the good offensive coordinators in the league now are looking at the fullback position and finding the right guys to hide in that spot and increase their passing game, as we just saw there. How about the run after catch? Racked him.
Well, yeah, whether it's a true fullback, a tight end you put in the fullback spot, you know they're going to be tough to bring down if you can get them the football in the passing game. Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. Cooper was the target there, and that'll bring up second down. And quickly the starting 11 now for the New York defense.
Jabril Peppers, a former first-round pick of the Cleveland Browns in 2017, has returned to his home area to play for the New York Giants. He's looking for an opportunity to really shine. Sharp in returning the football on kickoffs and punts. The Giants believe he can fill the gap at safety for them.
To throw on second and 10. Prescott connects here with the tight end Blake Jarwin. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. The last catch nearly got him a first, but it did not, and they'll try to convert on third and inches. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape, and that is not going to get it done. So on fourth down, on comes the Dallas kicker, Brett Maher. From the left hash mark, this a 43-yard attempt. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Now it's scooped up, and this is a live football.
So the next time we leave one of those coaches' meetings and we're walking out in the hall and you're like, how come we spend so much time talking about special teams?
Here you go. This is why.
This is why, right? And then look, I'm right there with you. We hear it every time we meet with coaches, but it is a big part of it. And look at how early in the game this occurs. They block a kick, and not only does it set a tone, it sends a message for the rest of the game.
Yeah, so much for our first points of the game. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. They keep it with Barkley on first down. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a second and 3. Getting the sense, Charles, are going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far is working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
That one, a first down pickup of 8. From the 32 now. Here's first and 10. Manning going to hand it off to Barkley. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Leighton Vander Esch, third in the NFL in tackles as a rookie last year. There on the stop. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, second and 10. Working from the gun, Manning. And this is Latimer, complete. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 17 yards and a giant first down. Eli Manning, what a fixture he has been for the Giants organization, making his 15th opening day start in this game, going all the way back to 2005. Of course, the question, will this be his last opening day start for the 38-year-old quarterback? The Giants drafting Daniel Jones out of Duke, 6th overall in the 2019 draft. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a second and 3. Now Saquon Barkley, and he will take it all in for a giant touchdown. Taking it in from 7 yards away as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
Rosas good with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This one taken from the 7. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. Well, last time they had a little bit of a special teams breakdown. That field goal was blocked.
Yeah, and everything has to be precise in the kicking game. Snap, hold, kick. Obviously the blocking to keep people out. So what you really want to do is get in there and get 6 points and take the pressure off of those guys.
Well, lane opens up that time as he'll be brought down just short of a first after a gain of about 9. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. On 2nd down, it's Morris. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Prescott on 1st down. Flushed, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Marcus Golden, too much to handle that time, gets the sack. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. On 2nd down, it's Pollard. They get just a yard back there, and now they'll be looking at a tough 3rd and 15.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll be 4th down.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
And this will be out of bounds at the what here? The 12-yard line. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. The passing game, they've had more success there than the running game. Maybe something they game plan for.
How come they didn't tell us about it?
Because they wanted to keep it a secret.
We did ask, didn't we? But I think what happened in this one is they've realized that they've established the run pretty well, and teams are going to key on that. They thought they could open it up and have success through the air, and that's exactly what's going on.
Yeah, they've had success, at least so far here in the second quarter. They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. He was trying to get it to Benny Fowler that time. And it's 3rd down. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. To throw, it's Manning. It's caught, Shepard. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. It's Barkley on the counter. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. The spark that ignited the Cowboys-Giants rivalry goes back to 1960 when Dallas's first head coach and former New York Giants assistant Tom Landry brought his 0-10 rookie squad into Yankee Stadium. That game would finish a 31-31 tie, the only non-loss in the expansion Cowboys' first season. 6 decades later, still one of the most heated rivalries in the NFL. Heck, even Cowboys head coach Jason Garrett spent 3 seasons in a Giants uniform. And Dallas leads the overall series, including the last 4 meetings. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Now it's Barkley. Jalen Smith, who took a huge step forward last year, in on the tackle for Dallas.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 23. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the second quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
Tackle there by Leighton Vander Esch.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
On 2nd and 9, Manning. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
And this is Shepard on the catch. And a loose football. It's picked up by the Cowboys.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, do you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. The Cowboys on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 7. Prescott from the gun. Complete to Jason Witten. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one goes for 24 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Prescott. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Give the sack to Lorenzo Carter.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Looking to throw. Prescott. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. Prescott finding Witten, and inside the 20 before he's brought down. 11 yards and a Cowboy first down. The first opportunity in the red zone for the Cowboys. 1st and 10 at the 19. Now Prescott. And this is caught by Witten, the tight end. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. Well, historically, Jason Witten, he's kind of saved his best for the New York Giants. In fact, the top 2 games statistically that he's had in his career were both against the Giants. 2012, 18 catches, 167 yards, and those 18 catches still the most ever by a tight end in a single game. He also had a 14-catch, 156-yard performance against the Giants back in 2009. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up first and goal. To throw is Prescott. That's complete to Cobb. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Good yardage on first down. Now can they punch it in on second and goal? They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up third down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterback's got us.
That ball is caught. It's Gallup. Touchdown, Cowboys. The 3-yard touchdown pass as they are now on the board here in the first half.
After nearly 30 minutes of football, that touchdown puts us in a position where if they make the extra point, we're right back to even before we start the second half.
Extra point by Marr, up and good. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Let's go. Let's go.
A reminder coming up later tonight, the Patriots unfurl their 6 banners. They play host to their rival Steelers. And then on Monday night, it's the one weekend of the year where you get 2 games to wrap up the week. Texans and Saints from New Orleans in the early game, then Broncos and Raiders. Vic Fangio's coaching debut, and the Raiders' final season opener in Oakland. That's the late game, 10:30 Eastern. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Manning now 8 of 11 in this first half. He's got it 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Manning. It's hauled in by Shepard. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. From the gun, it's Manning. Completes this again to Shepard. And they'll get this down to the 10. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. On first down, Manning. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And Rosas puts this one through. And that will do it for this first half. So we are at halftime here in the opener of the 2019 regular season, as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season. So let's take our first trip around the NFL. We'll get started up at Lincoln Financial Field in Philly, where it was the Redskins who were victorious in that one on the road. 16-13, your final score. From there, we head all the way out west to see what's happening with the LA Chargers. And they trail the visiting Colts as that one's gone to the intermission. 2 touchdowns for Marlon Mack. Lastly, let's get you way up to Seattle. See what's happening with the Seahawks. And for the moment, they find themselves trailing the visiting Cincinnati Bengals. Tyler Boyd, a touchdown reception. In our game, it's been the play of Eli Manning that's been the story so far. His guys lead, though by only a field goal. Still anybody's game. As we send it back to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. And we'll see if week one fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And a good effort on the return there gets them across the 30 to the 33-yard line. We get a look at Sterling Shepard as he and the rest of the offense march out into place. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
They'll run with Barkley. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. They'll run on first down. Barkley. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. He'll get 15 and a Giants first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop it. Throwing is Manning. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
Faking the give to Barkley. Now Manning. Oh, trying to fit it into Shepard, but it's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And he'll bring it all the way back just a yard or two shy of midfield. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They go to Elliott again. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Prescott now from the 50. Drops it underneath to Elliott. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 11 yards and a Cowboy first down. Prescott, of course, the former 4th-round pick back in 2016, started all 48 games in his first 3 years in the NFL and now making start number 49 to kick off 2019. And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Here's Prescott. He's going to find Gallup here complete. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. That time they hit him out of the slot on the drag.
And that route takes some fortitude from the guy running it because he knows he's going through the briar patch, as I like to call it, right? He's trying to work his way through all that traffic, and people wanting to put a little contact on him. Really well done.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. How about the defensive effort from both of these teams that we've seen in this game?
Would you say it's like a high-stakes chess match right now?
Chess is one way to go. Yeah, I like it.
Okay, the only reason I say that, you feel like they're contemplating their moves before actually making one, and none of them being done very confidently.
Truth be told, I've never played chess, and I know that I'm not smart enough to play chess. Guys like you with your IQ, you can pull that off. This will be taken about the 12. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Saquon Barkley and the Giants offense set to kick off their next drive. He's had a good performance, moved the ball effectively on the ground. Of course, he has the 1 touchdown.
And when you're able to move
into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And he will score. Touchdown, Cowboys.
Now, that was a beautiful play. A pick 6. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
You mean with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
Extra point by Marr, up and good. And that makes it a 17-10 score. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. Then he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They find themselves down 17-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. A pretty good-looking run there on first down. That'll go for 9 yards, just short of the line to gain. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. First down for the Giants as they pick up 12. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 46. They run with Barkley on first down, and he gets about 5 out of it. Byron Jones in there to make the tackle.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
2nd and 5 now. Manning, and he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked up by Leighton Vander Esch, and he's going to take this one back. To the 37-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. A first down there on a pickup of 25.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And as a first-rounder, a lot of eyes on him, a lot of expectations.
And he has to play well in his rookie year. Those days of coddling guys and bringing them along slowly, those days are long gone. When you're drafted in the first round, they expect you to put...
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Lorenzo Carter picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
They'll need a big play here, will Dak and the Cowboys. After the sack, it's 3rd and long. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Caught by Cobb. And they're going to get him down well short of the 1st as he can only get this to the 30. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
This one taken from the 7. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And New York set to take the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, That does him no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
An opening there on that first down run as he gets this forward for about 8 or 9. That looks to be 8 officially, so 2nd and 2. This is Barkley. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
That's it, baby.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. Jones fakes the give to Barkley. A lot of people thinking that this could be a good year for Sterling Shepard to step out of the shadows of Odell Beckham Jr. But a season ago, pretty good for Sterling Shepard. 66 receptions, 872 yards, and now hoping for a 1,000-yard campaign in 2019. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. From the 24, Jones. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. The Giants on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 7. And Tate's got it. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. A 24-yard touchdown, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. So very late in the game here, but with that score, some light at the end of the tunnel.
There's still hope. Now they look at the score and say, hold on a second. This thing's not over yet. Let's keep battling.
So that drive consumes 9 plays all told, and it was polished off by a Giants touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 6. And they'll have good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. Zeke and the Cowboys ready to begin their next drive. And after a sluggish start, he's really bounced back. The numbers bear that out.
And you're a baseball guy, partner. How many at-bats over the course of a baseball season?
Oh, boy, 4 in a game.
Yeah, about 4 in a game.
4 times 162.
350 or so, right? Sometimes it takes a while for a guy to get going. That's my point. It's not the first few carries. You don't worry about that. As they go along, get that guy lathered up, get those blocking assignments down. Those 2-yard gains turn into bigger gains as the game moves along.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. 4 yards there on the keeper, but still going to bring up a 3rd down.
Well, if you're going to run the read option, typically, you've got to keep an eye on the defensive end.
And what does that mean? What are you looking for with a defensive end?
Well, you want to play off of what he does. If he collapses inside towards the running back, then you pull it and take it yourself outside in. If he stays outside, you go ahead and leave it with the running back. In this case, pulled it and got good yardage himself.
Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the first down. Close it out.
Well, some good games around the league here early in week 1, and this one's shaping up to be as good as any of them as we come up on a 1st and 10. Now this pass into the hands of Saquon Barkley. It's a gain of 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd and about a yard to go for the 1st. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd. And now Barkley stripped of the football. Now we've got a Giant player here slow to get up after that last play. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. Throwing, Jones. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. 13 yards, good for a Giant first down. Jones now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Now Jones rolling to his right. And this is Shepard on the catch. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
On first down, Barkley. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the wall. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Saquon Barkley. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Giants are going to jump back in front.
There it is, partner. You see it. 4 fingers.
You're holding
what does
up
that
4
mean?
fingers. That signifies the 4th quarter's here.
That's right. Who's going to dominate? Usually both teams are holding them up. We own the 4th quarter, what we found out so far. 2 touchdowns here, and now they've taken the lead.
Yeah, 2nd one putting them in front. You know what I see on the other sideline, though? It seems like they've tensed up, had that lead. They were playing not to lose it, and they've lost it.
That's a great observation. When you play not to lose, you usually don't win.
Now, though, they'll have the opportunity to respond. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Marcus Golden able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness that defensive line is eating them alive.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. The man with over 1,000 catches, Jason Witten, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down. The Cowboys on 3rd down. They're right at about the league average, 40%, 4 for 10. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. Letting one fly deep for Cooper. He's got a man, complete. A big play here for the Cowboys. 46 yards. Last year, Dak Prescott had 3 4th-quarter comebacks, and he's in search of another one right now. They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. He's going to look end zone here for Cooper. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you got to trust yourself and go up in that moment of...
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 27. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. They run the counter. Barkley. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
A big play there for the Giants. 44 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. And he keeps carrying the ball into the end zone, and in this one, he's sort of carrying the team on his back.
He's the reason that they lead right now, no question about it. And you talk about on his back, he's not minding the extra weight at all, is he? Carrying that just as lightly as he does the football. Yeah, what a great performance so far.
Those 3 touchdowns, it's got him in the lead. PAT up and good by Rosas. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it's capped off by a touchdown run from Saquon Barkley. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. So Dak and the Cowboys down by 11, 2:25 remaining. They have all 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning, but they need 2 scores. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Now, using Zeke Elliott in the passing game, that's something Cowboy fans are getting used to. Last year, 77 receptions. And you think back to his rookie season, he had 32 and then 26 his second year. But he's really on the uptick. Dak dropping this one off for Zeke. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Looking to throw again on second down. Prescott. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. Now Prescott.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Ball on the 30 as they come up, 2nd and 10. And again, it's Prescott. And this is caught by Witten, the tight end. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. And that's Elliott, complete. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 13-yard line. Of course, remember, you need a touchdown here and a field goal.
Doesn't matter the order, but they have to get it done and get it done fast.
They'll give him 8 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. So the defense gets the stop. I know it's situation to situation, but who has more pressure there, offense or defense, when they go for 2?
I truly believe it's the defense has more pressure because the offense has an entire playbook wide open from the 2-yard line. You can run it, you can throw it. So defensively, I think most teams are going to be aggressive and force the issue and try and bring pressure.
They'll run on first down. Barkley. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as the clock stops with 23 seconds to go in the game. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Barkley. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. A give to Barkley out of the gun. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game.
In your face.
They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. Give him 8 yards on the play, and they pick up the first. So a victory here for the men in blue, the New York Giants. And, partner, I must say, good to see you again. Been too long. And it's good to have football back, isn't it?
Didn't you see me in preseason? Weren't we together in preseason?
Yeah, but preseason, it's preseason. This is week 1.
Oh, you're trying to say real football.
Yeah, real football.
Not preseason football
Yeah.
where we shake down the rosters and figure out who's going to play, and maybe the starters don't play as much. Now it's the frontline guys from the first whistle.
Yeah, I tuned you out in the preseason. But now I'm listening to you. So for the Giants, not much to complain about here. They come in and steal a victory in a tough place to play on a Sunday night. And they will head back to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Washington.